Hi everyone, it's Lynzee, the Ascended Unicorn, and I am back here today to bring you a very special birthday reading for all you Aquarius out there. This is the special unicorn birthday reading for Aquarius, year ahead forecast from 2021 into 2022. I know I'm posting this on the last day of your season, but I wanted to get it out there before the sun moves into Pisces, I think tomorrow or the next day. So I'm recording this on February 17th, the evening of February 17th. So anyways, couple announcements before we get started. My Instagram is linked below in the description box if you'd like to follow me there. I do daily reads and messages and astrological tips and things like that. I post pretty regularly, so if you're interested, please go down there and follow. My email is also added down there as well in the description box if you're interested in private readings. I am available through live Zoom and also YouTube video readings. So if you're interested, go ahead and shoot me an email. Or if you have any questions about tarot or are interested in learning more about tarot, I do lessons, we do meetups, things like that. So do not hesitate to contact me either through Instagram DM or my email. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Like I mentioned, this is going to be the year ahead forecast for Aquarius using our very special Unicorn Friends cards. We're going to start out with overall energies, personal and directional, and then we'll go into a 7-placement spread using the tarot, which will go through what you've learned over the last year, what's coming in for you next year, what can you expect, how to, what are your strengths and how to harness them, and just overall, what's your theme of the year. And then we'll end with some advice and affirmations from Spirit. So I already actually shuffled all these decks, so I'm not going to do too much shuffling here. But we're going to start out with the Oracle of the Unicorns, and we'll do the personal energies for you right now. What's working well, what you could be working on, and some message from Spirit. This will be kind of things you can focus on throughout the year this year into your next birthday. As a reminder, this is a general reading, so not all messages will resonate. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, this message is not for you, and I'm sure I will be picking up on your energy next time. And just as a quick reminder, I do pull a bottom of the deck message with the bottom card from each deck that we use. And that'll be kind of a separate message at the end of the reading. So we have your personal energies for the next year, what's working well, what you could work on, and message from Spirit. So we have hope for what's working well. You're staying positive. You know the best is yet to come. The worst is behind you. And you're looking up to the light. You're really channeling all of the hope that you have going into this next year, that this year is going to be good for you, and that all the work that you've put in over the last year will come into some kind of something will come to fruition for you. Something you've been hoping for. Maybe there's a project, or maybe it's just healing that you worked really hard on, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know that you're moving forward in a much more positive and better direction. So that's awesome energy to be encompassing right now and going forward into this next year. You really have that hope and you're staying positive. So that's working well for you, definitely. What you could be working on is awareness, living in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. So while you are very hopeful, you may be missing some things, or you may be living too much in the past and remembering about some things that you maybe just living in the past, as far as like maybe some trouble that you've had or mistakes you've taken. So try not to live so much in the past. Be more aware of where you are now and staying in the present. Your guides and angels and Spirit and God and whatever energy it is that you feel is your guiding source are giving you signs and guidance, and you may be missing some things because you're not necessarily paying attention. Aquarius, you are an air sign, so you probably tend to be in your head a little bit, which, we all can sometimes. But living too much in your head sometimes will cause us to miss things in our outer world. So just kind of try to notice when you are in your headspace. And you see how like this unicorn here is very like direct and standing with a purpose and is really like looking forward, and standing like very solid. They're standing and grounded and solid in this moment that they are now, and they're looking forward, no looking back, right? So I think that's something you can work on, while keeping this hope that you have, which is really benefiting you right now and working well for you. And then just as far as a message from Spirit, we have balance. Take some time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. You may feel like you're being burnt out a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of like red and orange colors here. So just remember to take time for yourself, do your self-care rituals. Try not to overload yourself with doing too much or wanting to do too much, even though you may be really excited about what you're working on. There's a ton of energies, or I'm sorry, a ton of planets in the Aquarius sign right now. So there's a lot of like supporting energies for you right now, which could be pushing you forward or creating some excitement in your life. Just make sure you're checking back in with yourself as far as where your energy is, what you're capable of, where your boundaries are with work. Don't let it take over your life to the point where you can't see the line anymore between your personal life and your work life. Work-life balance is really important here. The other thing I'm noticing is that this unicorn is very young. So there may be something that you're starting to work on that is fresh and new. And then we see these butterflies around this little unicorn, like guiding her. And also, butterflies are like transformation, and also, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. So maybe they're teaching this little unicorn how to fly, and in the end, you'll transform into this beautiful butterfly, So just take your time, be patient. It takes a long time to turn into that butterfly. So don't push yourself too hard to the point of burnout, okay? All right, we're going to move into directional energies for the year. We're going to look at what energy you're leaving in the past over the past year, what energy is currently you're sitting in this present time, and then future energy, what could be coming in for you over this next year. Past, present, and future. All right, so we have worth waiting for, your patience will be rewarded, and that's in your past. So I think, and with it right under this hope, there's something you've been waiting for or hoping for, and that's like your past energy, but it's paying off now, right? The hope that you have, as you're looking forward, and you're going to be working on this awareness around you to really help create and manifest whatever it is that you've been hoping for. You can leave behind this waiting energy. It's no longer going to be your future. You have, your patience will be rewarded. So because that's your past, it's telling me that for future, whatever it was that you were hoping for and waiting for will come to fruition. You just have to be aware of the signs and syncs that are leading you to this thing that you've been hoping and waiting for. And then we see brothers and sisters for your future, or for your present, which I believe to me feels like family, and your soul tribe, and you're really taking the time right now to connect with others. You're not super focused on romantic relationships as much. It's more about building up yourself and creating this network and community around you as a support system to help with manifesting whatever it is that you've been waiting for and hoping for, and that you're looking for signs for. To get along with others, see the love and the best within them. You are, along with this hope energy that is working for you, you're using this unconditional love energy as well, and you're radiating that out into the world and really seeing people for the best in them. You're not letting negativity really break through your energy field. And if you do feel that energy, you're kind of letting those people fall away for you, right? You want to focus on these brothers and sisters who feel like family to you and feel like love and feel like home to you. So that's your current energy. And I think you'll be feeling this way for a little while, maybe for most of the year. I don't see, romantic, or I don't get romantic vibes from this. I feel like it's more of like building that family and support system around you. And then creativity for future. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. So I think for future, there's something that you're going to be creating. And you see like this, as we move into your future, we have this like big group of unicorns from the 2 unicorns. So maybe there's something that you are going to create with your soul tribe or your soul family together. And we have this little fairy here who's kind of like bringing you that like sparkly, glittery fairy magic. So look to your soul tribe to help you and create whatever it is that you're looking to do. And it's under this balance card about like, set boundaries with your work, and time to relax. But there's something you're working on, like as this baby unicorn learning to fly, right? Really lean on your soul tribe to be able to help you with this balance. Don't take everything on yourself. You can ask for help, and you don't have to do things alone. You're not alone. By sitting in this energy right now of creating this network and this family and this soul tribe around you, you're making these connections for your future to be able to have this support system to help you. So really tap into that. Like, don't let pride or ego get in the way of that. Teamwork, I'm getting a lot of like working together. I get like a little bit of like the 3 of Pentacles energy here. But like finding, and also 6 of Pentacles, like finding a way to work together as a team and also find balance together from work life, because these people, you want to have fun with your friends and family also, but if you're creating a project, let's make it fun as well. It's not always all work and no play. Really try and find that work and play energy, but follow your intuition as far as like what you feel you need to create. There's something that you need to birth and create and bring into this world, that there's something that you feel you need to do. There's something deep down that you feel is your calling to bring into this world, and really tap into that creativity and intuition of what that is. Okay. I feel like you probably already know, or you've been thinking about it, but I think as you get through into this next lunar cycle for you as Aquarius, towards the, January 2022, you may finally like figure that out, what exactly that is, and start working towards that with your network of friends and family that you've created around you. All right, so we're going to go into the 7 placement tarot spread for the year ahead for Aquarius through Aquarius season 2022. And we're going to be using the Unicorn Tarot deck for this. We'll move these over here. some room. All right, we got our first placement. It is Sunset. Too many cards. Lessons and accomplishments over this last year. Oh, look, that Three of Pentacles popped out. So lessons and accomplishment you've learned over the last year. So, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I felt like that Three of Pentacles energy with this creative card. I think over the last year, you may have found the value in teamwork and not working alone. And we get this Two of Swords energy, which is, you know, your energy, your air energy. And you are, Two of Swords is typically making a decision of some sort. So you have seen the value in teamwork and working with others. And you've made the decision to kind of use that going forward. You've made that decision to not take on things alone or feel like you need to take on things alone. You can work together with other people to create. And maybe, and I just got to co-create also, because typically with Three of Pentacles, you do see other people in the card. And maybe the working together as a team is your guides and spirit. And you've learned to co-create with them, and you've learned to become a decision maker in your life and to go with what you feel your guides are telling you, right? You just got to keep aware, like we talked about, keep paying attention to what it is they're telling you to continue to co-create with the universe. So number 2 placement is your Horizon card. What to expect over this next year. What do we expect over this next year for Aquarius? All right. Well, I did see the Six of Cups come up reverse in the pre-shuffle, so I was almost expecting that card to come out. So what do we see on the horizon? We see the Six of Cup energy, which is your past, and we see the Six of Swords energy, which is moving towards your future. So there's something you're definitely leaving behind in the past. I'm not seeing a lot of romantic relationships in our overall energy. However, maybe there is a romantic relationship that you're leaving in the past, and you've decided that this year, this is not your year to focus on romantic relationships. It's more of a self-growth year. It's a healing year. It's a year where you can really tap into your inner self and figure out your personal goals and needs and build, continue to build that solid foundation that you have. Like, I feel like you have a foundation now. You can just refine that this year, and you're really looking forward to getting to know yourself again and being happy, like spending time with yourself. You're moving away from this past energy, relationship energy. It could have been a soul connection that you felt was significant over the last year, maybe, or over the last couple of years, and you've decided, that this is not what I want to focus on anymore, and I really would like to go towards working on my own things and myself, and not worrying about so much other people's feelings at the sacrifice of your own, So that's really cool energy to have on the horizon of what's coming in or what you will be going towards in this next year. Our number 3 is the challenge. What challenges might come up for you over this next year? What's a challenge that might come up for Aquarius through this next year? Take one more card. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Magician in the upright for your challenge. And really what I'm getting here is that you could potentially run into a time over the next year or a situation where you feel insecure or don't trust yourself. Or like we said, you may be getting in your head a little bit too much and overthinking. But really, you just have to believe that you are this magician and you have all the tools. Like, there's no need to be insecure and not believe in yourself. This is, for me, I'm feeling a lot of doubt in this card here. That's the biggest word that comes through is like doubt and a little bit of fear, not as much like not so much fear as it is insecurity. So that may be a challenge, is just to like continue to believe that you have all the tools in you to create whatever it is that you're working towards with this creative card. And this, you know, again, with this little unicorn learning to fly, like you will fly. You just have, you may be running into a moment over this next year or a few moments this next year where you don't feel like you're going to get there and you're doubting yourself that you won't fly. And you will, because you are this magician. You have all the tools there. See, there's the wand, the sword, the cup, and the pentacle. You have all the tools. They're all within you. You have everything you need inside of you, and everything that is supposed to happen will, and whatever is yours will be yours. You just have to believe it to be true and get out of this doubting, insecure energy, Got to keep that hope energy that we saw that you're in right now alive. That might be one of your challenges, is to keep that hope energy that's working for you. That's working for you right now. Keeping this going and alive for this next year, like, so you don't fall into this doubting and insecure energy. Okay? Because the Queen of Swords upright is very secure, and she knows the truth, and she is a no BS kind of queen, right? And when it's reversed, she's kind of like not as confident, and you want to be this upright because you have this hope and you belief that you're this magician and you have all the tools. So that's your challenge. And I feel like that's fairly easy to overcome as long as you continue, don't let this kind of energy pull you back in. Stick to your guns about moving away from this energy, and just continue to check in with yourself constantly, from maybe your higher self perspective, not so much from a head space, but from a holistic space and a body space and a vibe and a feeling space, And if you continue to be just aware and self-aware and continue to check in with yourself, I feel like this energy can be easily either avoided or quickly moved out of for you. So that's a good segue into strength. What's your strength right now? So for your strengths, we have the Fool reversed and the Five of Cups upright. And to me, this right off the bat tells me that you're a very calculated person. You don't like just jump off the ledge because someone tells you to. So that's definitely a strength. I think that you take the time to figure out what it is that you really want and the direction you really want to go in. And then, with the Five of Cups here, typically we see this Five of Cups with someone that looks really sad. But in this deck, the the man on this, he looks very confident, and he's looking at these spilled cups, but he knows he's got those 2 cups full behind him. So he's not really sad. He's like, well, I still got 2 cups behind me. I tried with the other 3. So you definitely, I wouldn't say that you're a risk taker, because you're not one to like jump quickly without thinking about it, but you're very calculated, and you think about things before you take action. And then when you do take action and something doesn't really work out for you, you understand that it wasn't it wasn't all for nothing, right? Because you learned your lessons, and you know, even though those 3 cups are spilled, you still have those 2 cups behind you, because you learned something, you tried, um, and you took a chance. Like that's really important. You know, you're not, you weren't afraid to make a move. And you don't let fear hold you back in that way. So use this strength here to help you with this also. Like, know that you do things, the process by which you make decisions and you take action should be something you have confidence in, because you do it in such a great way, and you don't let failure or mistakes or problems or issues really bring you down, as long as you don't get in your headspace, right? So that's cool. I like that. All right, so we have advice, lessons, next steps for this next year. What's some advice for Aquarius going into 2020, going through 2022? All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Hangman reversed. So I think this is a nod to balance. I think with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I think it's saying don't try to move things too quickly. Don't force things. When the wheel is upright, it's about like divine timing, and things are going to start moving in your favor. When the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, it can sometimes mean things aren't ready to happen for you yet. But I also think you may have, you know, being this like very calculated action taker, you may be one that like always constantly waits for the perfect moment, according to you. And so you want things to happen on your own timeline, and you may have a tendency to either force or unconsciously manipulate a situation to like make things happen the way you want or at the timing you want. And that isn't really going to help you right now. So the advice is don't force things, like let things go with the flow. Don't be so married to a timeline or to an outcome, or attached, I should say, married, attached to a situation or an outcome, just because it's what you want, because you think it's the best way, because the divine will know when it's your best way, and the more you force things, the more you create a blockage for them to help you. So just breathe. When you start to get, I get like this frustrated energy right now. Like you may get frustrated when things don't happen, or you feel like I'm just going to do it myself so I can get it done on my timeline or the right timeline. Like try and stay away from that if you can over this next year. Like kind of let things fall as they may. Let the pieces let the puzzle pieces come together the way they're supposed to, and not force them into this like, you know, friction kind of position. You know, like when you try and put puzzle pieces together that kind of fit, but they don't, and they just kind of create that little weird bubble situation, and makes you feel kind of funky. Don't do that. We also have the Hangman reversed, and that's about changing perspective. Typically when it's upright, it's also about being stuck. Again, just kind of with that energy of go with the flow. Hold on, let me get this in here. Like don't let yourself be like, I think this, I get this like rigidity of this card when it's upright. So when it's upside down or when it's reversed, like let yourself kind of like, again, go with the flow. Let things happen as they're supposed to. You may feel like you're stuck, but really there's movement being made without you actually maybe being completely aware of it. But that's your advice, is kind of just like let the wheel turn as it may and let the pieces fall as they may and let the pieces come together naturally. Don't force things. Don't get stuck in very rigid timelines and rigid ways of thinking and the way you want things to happen. Let things happen as they're supposed to happen. All right, so then we have clarity and personal, guidance. Guidance. What's a piece of guidance from Spirit for this next year? You have the Sun reversed and the High Priestess. Now the Sun reversed is, the Sun is always a beautiful card regardless of if it's upright or reversed. But I think it's maybe as a piece of guidance for you going ahead is don't I'm trying to think of the right word to say this. I get the feeling of like, don't ignore the Sun, or don't get so in your head that you can't see it, right? Like there's a lot of good things coming in. There's a lot of really good energy in here. There's a lot of like strong personal energy in here. Again, not about so much about romantic relationships, but a lot about personal growth, a lot about creating and co-creating and manifesting what it is you want, and calculated decision making, and standing your ground and having your tools, and all of these things are so like, tactical and smart and great energies and strong energies. But don't forget that the Sun is there too to help you through, and like there's light energy too, and feel the warmth of the Sun and know that you are supported. So that's some of the guidance is don't forget that the Sun and Spirit is there, like protecting you. I get this feeling throughout this spread that we do see this co-creating Three of Pentacles, and the future energy of creative, where we saw the big group of unicorns. But I think you may have a tendency to feel like you have to do things alone, or make decisions alone, or do all the work yourself, or it's only right if I do it, if I can only, it saves time if I could just do it right the first way. But I think you have to put some faith in people and in Spirit and your guides and your soul tribe and your family. Continue to see the love in people, and maybe this present energy is like learning to trust others, right? As you see the love in people, learning to trust them, so you don't feel like you have to do things alone and get this burnout, and you have to find this balance, So guidance, like, remember the Sun, remember you're supported. This reversal just may mean that it's not as obvious, but it's there. Take time to feel that. Take some time out from your reality to just, take a breath, close your eyes, feel the warmth, feel the protection, and know it's there. Have that deep inner knowing that it's there. You have to tap in and legitimize it within you. And then we have the High Priestess, and that's your intuition, and that's knowing, your inner knowing that your support and the Sun and the warmth is there protecting you, and you're not in this alone. So that's your guidance for this next year. And then the last placement is clarity and your personal theme for this year. What is the personal theme for Aquarius over the next year? Take one more perhaps. All right, so we have Justice, the Queen of Rods, which is the Queen of Wands, and then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And this is your clarity and theme. So I do think that this is your energy. You're standing very strong. You're very confident for the most part, besides this challenge that we saw with this Queen of Swords reverse. But you know, your passion is being reignited this year for yourself, your personal self-love, your projects, the things you want to work on, finding that love within you and connecting with your soul tribe and everything. I think with these reversals of Justice and Knight of Pentacles is you're going to stop moving so slow or hesitating, and you're going to stop feeling like you're going to be letting go of like maybe some quote unquote injustices that you've felt you've had in the past or that you've been holding on to. You're letting go of that energy because that was weighing you down, which was causing maybe the slowness of this Knight of Pentacles, where you were afraid to move forward and you were hesitating to move forward because you felt like you were owed something, or that you would experience something the same way that you did before, which is, you know, you felt was an injustice. But now you're in this new energy and this strong fire energy, and reignited your passion and your motivation, you know, and so you're able to let this go and heal. So that, I mean, that's maybe what you're going to be working on through this whole year, is letting the injustices or the hurts or the pain go, and stop hesitating to move forward. You know, moving forward with this, letting this past energy go, and this Six of Swords energy that was your what is coming toward, or what is to come, or what to expect. So that kind of aligns with that energy too. So I like this. I really like this. Again, like I said, I feel a very strong, independent, smart, tactful energy across this whole spread. We didn't get a lot of cups here, so, you know, you're not going to be too much in your feels or in your emotions. But we do have, you know, the water in these overall energy cards, which I think, you know, means you're balanced. You know, the things that you were waiting for are coming in for you. You're finding that emotion and love and connection, and learning to trust people again within your soul tribe and your family, and you're letting people fall away that really don't serve you in a good way emotionally. And then you're joining forces with these same group of people that you've connected with over the last year to really bring some kind of creation into the world, all by being in this energy, this strong Queen of Wands energy, very passionate and fiery. And she knows what she wants. She's confident. She's got it. But, you know, you just do have to figure out and make that decision to leave this energy behind. No more hesitating. No more dwelling on past injustices or past pain or past hurt. You got to just like let it go and let it heal. You know, forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. So it benefits you to be able to forgive and let it go, you know? All right, so we're going to move on to advice and affirmations. We have the Enchanted Unicorns here. Move these up a little. What's advice or affirmation for Aquarius for this next year? Advice or affirmation? Cute. So we have admit your true feelings and intergalactic, which is in the zone. I think which was really funny because I said we didn't have any cups and then we all of a sudden have a cup. So, I think maybe the hyper independence that I've been seeing through a lot of this, which is, being independent is a good thing, but maybe admit your true feelings about the fact that you do need help sometimes, like we talked about. Like, don't be too prideful that you don't ask for help. And it's okay to show your feelings to people, right? It's okay to show your vulnerabilities and to let people in. You don't have to do everything alone. You'll feel better when you talk about your feelings, and people will feel better that you were able to trust them to tell them your feelings. So that's some advice. Intergalactic in the zone. I think this is an affirmation for sure about the fact that you're in your flow. You're going to be getting into your flow state this year. You're working on all the stuff within. You're really solidifying your place and what it is that you want and your goals, and you're going to be creating something. We see that creative card again, you're gonna be in your flow state. So this is an affirmation, and that's going to happen for you this coming year. All right, and we're going to end with unicorn. These are called the unicorn cards. This will be our last piece of advice and our affirmations for Aquarius for this next year through 2022. All right, advice or affirmation for Aquarius. Well, I definitely feel like this is your energy. We've got this sword of truth helping the world, Archangel Michael. So I think, like I said, with that whole creative energy at the beginning, there's something deep down in you that you know that you need to create and bring into this world. So use that truth within, which is, this sword is your air energy. Like, use your personal sword of truth to help the world by bringing that into the world. Whatever it is that you feel that is the thing that you know you're supposed to be bringing into this world, do it. Use your truth, use your mind, use your gifts, use your intellect, use your decision-making skills, your passion, your motivation, and your network to create this thing to help the world. And prosperity is flowing towards you, so be open receiving it. So all good things are coming in for you. We had the hope card again, that everything is all the bad stuff is gonna be left behind you, looking to the light. Prosperity is coming for you. You'll be, throughout this next year. If you stay focused and you don't get too much into that headspace like we talked about, and not too much into that head loop and those insecurity feelings, and really figure out how to balance what it is that you're trying to do from a work perspective or creation perspective, and then with your personal self-care and growth and spiritual journey perspective, I think this prosperity is inevitable for you. So really great reading for you. There's a lot of really cool energies. Keep up that strength that you have. I just keep feeling this very strong energy throughout this whole reading, which I really love. And then we'll go ahead and end with our bottom of the deck read or message. So just give me 1 second while I take a look at everything. I think this is just a reaffirming what we talked about finding that balance within, and giving yourself some time to really, again, it's life is not all about work. There's take some time for yourself and play. Discernment, all is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing, keep your dreams a secret. Continue to work on what it is that you're working on. Work as you go throughout this year, it's a very personal growth year, like we talked about. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself from within, not necessarily like starting a new business or anything like that, but like anything that you're trying to manifest from within, like hold that close to you, like give it energy every day and hold it close to you. And you don't necessarily need to go shout it to the world, but keep that for yourself. Like keep some things for yourself. One step at a time. Lots of little steps makes big dreams come true. We see that big rainbow. We see prosperity here. So using your discernment to really figure out which step it is that you should be taking, and take those baby steps. We see that you're not, the energy of one of your strengths was you don't make rash decisions. So keep up that very like calculated and thoughtful way of doing things, and don't put too much pressure to make yourself take big steps. We see this passion of the Page of Rods, or Page of Wands. He's coming in, wand ablazing, and as you're taking these small steps, you're putting the same amount of energy into each individual step. You're not really thinking about like, well, this is a small thing, so I'm not going to put as much energy. You have a great work ethic. I can see that. And so you're putting that work ethic into everything you do. It's about quality. You want to do everything in a very quality way. You don't want to slack on one step over the other, because that will impact the greater whole, and you know that. So as you take those steps and discern which steps it is you need to take, you put that energy into each single step. Take some time for yourself. Again, just make sure you're finding that balance, about work-life balance, self-love balance, finding some play, and surprise. Look for the unexpected. So something could be showing up for you. I get this like with these two cards together also. It's like, again, back to that Wheel of Fortune reverse card, don't force things. Like give yourself, if you start feeling frustrated or like you need to force things, take a break. Let things be for a second, and you might be surprised by the outcome. Give things space to breathe. That sometimes will help create supporting energy for things to work out. If you keep pushing things and trying to force things, that energy just creates a block. So if you feel frustrated, or that you feel like all of a sudden you may need to, or you feel like you might need to force something, just take some time, take a step back, give it a couple days or some space, and you'll be surprised at what might come out for you. So really great energies to end on. I hope these messages were helpful for you. Happy birthday again, Aquarius, and I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.